Water authorities, housing authorities, even small towns.
They're spending thousands of your taxpayer dollars on public relations firms. News 4's George Rickert went looking for answers on why the public is paying for PR.
During emergencies, we're preoccupied with keeping the utility working.
Last July, when heavy rain overwhelmed the sewage treatment plant in Niagara Falls, a public relations firm helped the Niagara Falls Water Board get updates out to the public. In fact, the board spends about $30,000 a year in a contract with E3 Communications to send out press releases and public notifications.
Why couldn't you email this yourselves?
Well, I guess that is, but again, we are on limited staffing. We reduced our staff quite a bit.
Executive Director Paul Droff tells me this PR firm has an Albany bureau, which also helps the Water Board to find grants.
What grants may be available to us, what programs are coming down from Albany or from the EPA.
And Droff says if he hired a full-time staffer to do it, it would cost more than $30,000.
Responsible for their health care, retirement, unemployment. When we stop our relationship, we don't have those costs that we have to look at over the long runs.
Those are the same reasons the Erie County Water Authority gives for paying nearly $90,000 a year for PR work. Through Freedom of Information, we got a copy of the contract. The authority says it is very pleased with and believes its ratepayers are well served by the public relations, government affairs, and customer communications being provided by E3 Communications. Then there's the Buffalo Municipal Housing Authority, which has no PR contract anymore. It came under scrutiny for spending $90,000 on what it called an emergency situation 3 years ago. In 2011, asbestos was found illegally disposed of at the old Kensington Heights housing project, and the BMHA felt a public relations firm was the best way to get the proper information out to concerned neighbors. But what really caught our attention is when the Orleans County towns of Shelby and Ridgeway spent thousands on a PR firm called Mindful Media, operated by Andina Barone. As the Medina Journal-Register was first to report, she is the daughter of Gabrielle Barone, the vice president of the Orleans County Industrial Development Agency, an agency that helps decide which towns get new development.
Isn't that a potential conflict of interest?
No, it's not. The person that you're speaking of is an employee of the IDA. She has no vote, she has no say, she reports to the CEO of the IDA, so she can tell the CEO everything that she would want him to say. He ultimately has the final say on IDA decisions along with its board. There is no conflict.
Through some digging, we uncovered the cost. It was nearly $6,000, but it may have paid off. The two town supervisors split the cost because they felt they weren't being heard in the debate over dissolving the village of Medina. They feared their tax rates would skyrocket, but after the PR firm created a special website and a hotline with information, hundreds turned out last week for a meeting where the town residents did have a voice.
This is a town where the supervisors only make $10,000.
Sure.
So to spend almost $6,000 to get a message out.
Well, when each taxpayer is going to see a possible 46% increase in their taxes, the town has to spend resources in order to protect its taxpayers, and they believed at the time that was a prudent use of resources.
George Rickert, News 4.
And you can take a closer look at some of these PR contracts by going to WIVB.com.